Hey guys, what's up? It's Sam. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking all about how to manifest our dream year in 2021 and how to manifest our dream life. This video is definitely inspired by Kalyn Nicholson. She's a YouTuber and I absolutely adore watching her YouTube videos. She has a podcast called Coffee Talk and I highly recommend you listen to it if you haven't already. I feel like her and I are always on the same wavelength, like we're always going through the same thing at the same time and like we don't even know each other. We're complete strangers on the internet. We've never spoken to each other, but we're always at the same point in our lives. It's just so crazy to me, but I love watching her videos. I love all of her content. And when I listened to this specific podcast episode on how to manifest your dream year in 2021, I was like, psh, my mind was blown. This podcast episode gave me all the motivation I needed. So after you're done watching this video, if you want to go check out that podcast episode, I will have it linked down below. So after the heck of a year that 2020 was, I decided to take full control of 2021 and make it my year. Because if 2020 taught us anything, it taught us that we can adapt. If we're in lockdown for another 8 months, that's okay with me because I am able to adapt and adapt all of my work to be able to do it at home. So in going with that idea that adaptability is a very big key from last year and how to transform it into this year, I thought about what I could do right now that could catapult me into my dream life. Because I'm always going through an existential crisis. And I know I'm only 22, but I feel like time is running out for me. And I need to keep reminding myself that time is not running out for me. And I'm still relatively young. But just the idea of being able to achieve my dream life now instead of later when I'm 30 or 35, it just makes me want to, I don't know if hustle is the right word because I don't really like that word. It seems like too much work. But hustle, for lack of a better term. Hustle more. Kalyn talks about these different prompts to help get your mind going and help to think about what you want for your dream year and your dream life. The first one is, what lessons did 2020 teach you? And like I said before, it taught me adaptability. And it also taught me the importance of my family and how I need to spend more time with my family and working on those relationships. 2020 was a scary year, and the thought of potentially losing my family to a virus out of nowhere scared me. I think that thought scared a lot of people, but I think it was a good thing because it kind of centered us back and helped us realize what was important. So number one, family is the most important thing to me. And number two, it also taught me how to use my time wisely. Because yes, it's okay to slow down and sit and relax, which is what I definitely needed after working so much. I was so happy to have 2 weeks off, and then 2 weeks has turned into almost a year at this point. So using the time that has been given to me effectively, it's been a challenge, but it's been a fun challenge because I can see how far I can push myself. Because the thing that I always say is that you have to get uncomfortable to grow. And to get uncomfortable, you have to push yourself outside your comfort zone. One thing that does make me uncomfortable and is getting me outside my comfort zone is making consistent YouTube videos, believe it or not. Because I'm so scared of people laughing at me, or if it doesn't work out in the first couple months, people will be like, oh my god, she's such a failure. These are real fears that I have inside my head, but I push them aside because if I do go through with it, and eventually after a lot of hard work, it does come to fruition, I will be able to have the life that I want. And I look back on when I was posting videos back in 2014, I think. Like, I wish that I had kept up with it back then. That was 7 years ago. So imagine if I had posted consistently on YouTube 7 years ago. I would have been 7 years ahead of where I am right now. So basically the lesson here is to start whatever you want to start right now. Because do you want to look on your life later on and have to be starting at that point, or would you have rather started right now and be able to reap the rewards later? I think that's a big lesson that I'm going to be learning in 2021 is just to keep with the consistency and remind myself of what I'm working towards. Because I might not see all the rewards now, but I will see them later, and that makes it worth it. So if there's any goals that you want to start working on, start it now, and just know that people might laugh at you. But if you think about it, people laugh at you because they see you failing, but once they see you succeeding, they won't laugh at you. They'll be jealous of you. And they might say hurtful things because they're jealous. It's the same as bullies. Bullies make fun of you because they're jealous or they're not happy with their own lives. And as much as I want to hate bullies, you have to love them where they're at because sometimes they don't know any better. And you have to just keep doing you. Be the unique person that you are always meant to be. The next prompt is, what lessons did your ego take this year? I think the biggest lesson that my ego took this year was learning that I didn't have to be strong all the time. I put so much pressure on myself to be strong and be there for everybody else, but I never allowed myself to open up and let people be there for me. And it's definitely something that I'm still working on. I still have a lot of progress to make in that little area of my life, but just acknowledging that that happens to me and that I put up such a strong wall for everybody else, and it deprives me of receiving the love that I need because I'm not letting anybody else in. I always like to show up as a strong woman who says that she can handle anything, but that is simply not true. We're all humans. We can't handle everything. We need support. And it is okay to feel not okay all the time. In fact, it's completely natural. And I like to talk to people who are feeling this way and tell them that it's okay not to be okay and that you can ask for help, but I never actually took my own advice. So this year I am not being a hypocrite and I'm taking my own advice. It's okay to ask for help. I just never did it myself because I felt like I could handle everything. And that is one rude awakening for me because I had to cry a lot and a lot on my own in order to get to this place. But now that I'm here, I'm very glad that I am doing everything that I can to be a better version of myself. And as you guys might know, asking for help is one of my 2021 goals. If you wanted to see any of my other goals, I will have the video linked up in the up top. In manifesting my dream life, I really wanted to focus on my YouTube channel this year, like I said, to reap the rewards later on and to be in more of a set financial place than I am now. Because I do see it as a career option for me. Maybe not my only career option, but as a stream of income that I'd like to pursue. So immediately after I listened to this podcast, I went and I created a whole content calendar for the entire year. My plan right now is to film and upload vlogs on Fridays and to post sit-down videos on Mondays. So far we are 4 weeks in, and it's working great. It's definitely not the easiest. It's definitely pushing me in certain directions, and I'm happy to go in them. There are various other prompts that Kalyn talks about in her video and in her podcast, but the most important one is, what are you open to in 2021? It's great to have goals, but if you're not open to getting uncomfortable or falling down and getting back up, then they're not actual goals. Let's say I had a goal to go to the moon. Well, if I had a fear of flying and I wasn't willing to compromise on that fear of flying, then I will never go to the moon. So sit down and realistically think about what you want to achieve in 2021 and what you have to go through to make that possible. If I was uncomfortable with sitting down and making videos, then I would never achieve my goal of posting on YouTube. It's great to have big dreams, but if you don't have a means to get there and you're not willing to change to get there, then it's not going to happen. And that's something that your ego is going to have to deal with. Just know that it is okay to fail and it's okay to get back up again. Because your life is being lived for you. It's not being lived for other people. So one thing I think that we all can collectively do is just not care about what others think. And it's definitely easier said than done. But once we adopt that mindset of just doing things for us and not being selfish about it, but doing things because they make us happy, I think the world can be a lot better of a place. And that is it for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm really excited about the year that 2021 is going to be, and even though there's still a pandemic going on and we might have some obstacles, I'm ready for them. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content from me, and to hit the bell so that you get notified every time I post a new video. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I will see you all next time. Bye!